Yo, what's good? It's your girl Tay, back with another video for Insecure Season 4, Episode 5, Low-Key Done. This was a really good episode with so many gems, so many perspectives, so many moments that I just feel like spoke to me, and hopefully it speaks to you because we got a lot to get into for this episode. If you are not subscribing, please go ahead and subscribe right now, because we're trying to get our views up, our followers up, more content to come. If you new to this group, I go by Yo What's Good Tay, all about good vibes and a good time. And you know, you can be a part of this good gang, good people, all of that by just hitting that subscribe button and turning on your notifications. I'm new to the YouTube world. Hello, how you doing? But yeah, so one of the things I've been wanting to do is definitely do the Insecure recaps. So this episode, more so, which is the day after the block party, and Issa is going through so many emotions, and I can so relate to this on so many levels. Sometimes when you planning an event, you get so focused and tied up on the event. Once it happens, it's like, what do I do next? Like, I was so focused on that. Like, how do you focus on futures or, you know, further events? Like, please comment below, because I could so feel where she was at. And then she couldn't really enjoy it because she just got into it with Molly. So I feel like there was so many emotions going on. But one thing I will share with you guys that I've discovered just from my own research, they say in order for you to let go of one negative thought, you have to have at least 4 other positive thoughts. So when you get caught up in those negative moments, you gotta be like, you are great. You put on a bomb ass event. You did this with no help, well, with some help, but you still did it all by yourself. You got certain things to fall in line, and it didn't rain, and the black people showed up. So it was like there were so many reasons for her to still be happy, but she couldn't enjoy that moment. And so that's a fun fact. If you ever feeling like one thing you can't get off your mind, write it down 5 times, something positive, say it out loud. Like, our words are so powerful to where we want to be at. But I'm not here to preach. But now y'all know a best friend breakup is the worst. It will have you just like I'm telling you, like, that's the word, to be at odds with somebody that you friends with, that you talk to, that you want to tell everything to, and y'all not really talking right now, and you don't even want to address it because you feel like you always the person that gotta make things right. I could definitely understand her on that. I don't know where, I be wanting to know, like, where do we come up with the I'm tired of always being the person who apologizes first? Like, when did we start being annoyed about being the person who makes things right? I really want to know where that feeling kind of came from, because I feel like naturally, like, we should just know to just do it because it's in your heart, not do it because you feel like you always the one that has to do it, or like those aren't feelings that should come about when you are just trying to be at one, because technically we are all one. We all are the people. Like, we should be able to get along more than anyone else. You feel me? Like, that's just how I feel. Like, I can't stay mad at nobody. I just can't. If I feel like I'm the only person who keep apologizing, then I may readjust the situation. But I'm going to come to you and tell you, like, hey, this ain't going to work. We got to fix this. That's just me. But I get it. I get where she's coming from. I get where she's at with it. Nathan did not look like he belonged in the barbershop. He just did not fit that role. I don't know. I would have seen him at, like, a different barbershop. Not that kind of barbershop. Maybe, like, more commercialized one. But, you know, I digress. Now, there was a grocery scene where a woman that was pregnant was asking people for money or can they help. Nobody was going to help. But as you can see, Issa is, I feel like this episode, she's really torn between like her pride and just being kind. Because sometimes it's like you can be a kind person, but sometimes you want people to know that, like, don't mistake this as me being weak. And your pride kind of kick in and start doing things that you like. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. Because at first she was like in the mirror like, no, you ain't got to do that. That was pride. And because when you have something, I feel like I'm getting to the point where it's all about abundance. So I always have more than enough so I can always give more. That's just how that's how I'm trying to train my mind to be. When you start to count like what you done did too much of or how much you done gave, like you lose sight on the fact of like, we are here. This is all our only reason to exist is to give and to love and to be kind. Like, that's what makes the world go around. So personally, I feel like she's battling her pride and like her being kind. She gotta let one overpower the other. That's just how it's gonna be. So she started paying for the lady She ended up offering. They didn't even get to her yet. She just was like, "Oh yeah, I got you," and she ended up being, who gonna pay $149? I don't know who, but you know. However, you gotta start setting boundaries. I think Issa's really battling with setting boundaries for herself that she doesn't have to explain to anybody, like nobody. When you know who you are, then you know you ain't gotta say much. But I do think there is this misconception of putting out the energy that you want back. You can definitely do that, but be conscious of who you're giving your energy to, because just because I'm putting energy out doesn't mean it's going to always be given or going into the right places. You have to be very intentional and very conscious of where you are putting this energy that you want back. Because baby, telling you right now, it's so easy for you to think that you spitting out something good and thinking it's gonna overpower somebody. But if their energy isn't like in, you know, linked with yours, you gonna have I'm just saying, all I feel like that whole give back what you want back in return, the golden rule. I understand it, but I think there needs to be more clearness and more direction as to who you are doing that for. But I am going to pick that up, though. Anytime somebody want me to do something, I'm like, oh, this card is not working. It's always weird when the card get declined. I swear, it be like, it didn't go through? That's weird. It's always weird. Yo, when I seen the old man George dog, I was like, yo, I know him from somewhere. He looks so familiar. At first, I thought it was from The Color Purple. I thought it was the Harpo's son. You told Harpo to beat me. Or you told one of them, I thought it was him. And then I kept looking. I'm like, yo, that's the dude from Life. The dude from Life. I love when they bring people back around. Man, they be feeling so good when you see people that you like, yo, he used to play in something. Like, it's just an exciting feeling. I was like, I ain't seen him in a minute. Look at him back on the TV screen like an old man, acting a hot mess. Getting in the car acting like that. But he said something real. He was like, you know, things change. But you got to see the signs. He was like, sometimes the person supposed to leave you, you kept ignoring that one sign. I get him on that. I so get him on that. I think that people got to understand that you love people in different ways. And sometimes there are signs that you just don't want to believe because of y'all have known each other for a long time. You think you need that person. Toxicity. People be toxic. There's so many reasons why I feel like people stay or ignore the signs. I want to add that Issa looked so beautiful. I don't know, she had like this glow about her, like her skin tone, her complexion, just her energy. It was really beautiful, just a beautiful woman. Okay, so then we fast forward to the next day where she goes to a painting sip and she meets some girls, some women there that were also there as well. Now, personally, me, I would have shared with them. I probably would have did the same thing. I'm just a friendly person like that. I probably would have did that. However, let me give a shout out to Kyla Pratt. She was up in it. She looks so pretty. She looked exactly the same. She is not aging at all. She's so cute. From one-on-one, because nowadays you gotta explain your TV show when you grew up, because people be like, I ain't never heard of that before. What's that? It's like, I am not that old where I gotta explain everything to y'all, but I am getting that age. So you knew how, if you used to watch one-on-one, then you knew how you felt when you seen her. Like, look at her, I'm grown, look at cute. Anyways, they ain't right. They ain't right. And I said this when they had invited Issa out for dinner. I said it is never that easy to make female friends like that. Y'all comment below, let me know how y'all make female friends, because it's really not that easy. I'm not saying that it's hard. I'm just saying, like, you don't, like, when you get to a certain age, you don't really know how to interact with adults. Sometimes it's like we don't know how to maneuver. Like, it's different. It's never that easy. You don't just be like, oh, let's go get drinks. You know what I'm saying? I like how she said she's a culture curator. It's late, y'all. I might be messing that word up. I'm gonna use that. That's what I'm gonna start saying. I am, for real. I was already saying I was a good vibes cultivator. That's what I call myself, the good vibes cultivator. Hashtag it. Follow me on IG. That's where you can find me at. This is where things get tricky at. The girls set Issa up. So the one girl said, I gotta use the restroom, and Issa wanna go with her. Now, y'all tell me this. They did not squat on that toilet. They was sitting on that toilet. Now, me and my friend have had this debate before. Like, do you Y'all be honest, do y'all squat or do y'all just sit on the toilet when y'all go to public restrooms? Because I'm not going to tell you nothing else. I just want to know what y'all think. However, that whole scene was messed up. That was really bleep, 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 bleep up. That they made that girl pay for their meal. I wish they would. Would have been really out here trying to find them, man. That was so messed up. Especially all this shit going through right now. Y'all gonna play her like that? Like, that is not right at all. And then the night ends with Issa calling her mom and going over her mom's house. And that was just a real scene. Like, I really vibe with that. She didn't even have to cry. I felt it. I really felt it. Because she did shed a tear when she hugged her mom. However, I just felt that release that was like in her chest. Because it's like, you had a really awesome event, but you're not even that happy about it. You're not even able to really feel it. Mamas want to be there too. And don't be surprised that your parents admire you. I thank God my mom has been very open and honest about that. She be like, I look up to you. I think you're doing great things. And, you know, she said, I'm her mentor. And so sometimes, you know, you end up, you raise a child the way you see fit. And sometimes they come back and help. Not just necessarily raise you, but just help you feel good and help you do things differently as well. Because we see the world from a different lens. Whoever is raising you, whoever helped raise you, all of that, or like was responsible for your growth, like they be the ones that really got your back. That's really there for you. So then the scene ends with Issa going back home, and you know, she got right back to it. She like, you know, let me go ahead and respond to these people. Let them know that we got more stuff that's coming up. I think sometimes, you know, you'd be surprised what somebody's going through and how they use that to help them create. And I think that's really where it's at. Like, you don't know what you want to do. You just know that you're being pulled and tied to something. And, you know, you can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. It's going to come back to you every time. And that's a fact. She was, you know, just getting back into what makes her feel good. Because even though she may be feeling empty at times, like, you know, you 30 years old, almost 30 years old. Like, I wake up sometimes just feeling like, another day, another dollar. Like, I feel like that. And I just want to feel like there got to be more to it than just this. It got to be more to it than just existing. You got to have more. I think what's happening between Issa and Molly is that Issa is feeling how Molly feels about relationships. Issa feels that about her career. So that's the disconnect. I think they both want the same thing essentially as far as goals. It's just in different arenas. Like, Issa is not really worried about getting married right now. She's more so just like my career and where I want to be at. Whereas Molly's career is going great, or it's going favorably and, you know, well, but she's not where she wants to be at in relationships. Neither one of them have obtained the full level of whatever it is that they want. But I think like that's really the disconnect, but the connect at the same time. When she had talked to Kelly, I felt like Kelly was projecting her views of what her and Tiffany do as to what Issa and Molly do. How you heal with your friends isn't how I necessarily heal with my friends. You cannot tell me what I should do, how quickly I should handle things, because it's not you that has to still be around it, that has to still continuously be reminded of what has happened. It was some harsh words said, some unkind words said, and you cannot tell me when I should be able to want to be not triggered or have any trauma towards or reaction that's in a way that's not going to be effective. You feel me? Like, I hate when people say that, where it's like, just apologize. You know, you gonna not talk to her for forever? Possibly. Because that's a possible. People don't think that's possible. People don't think you can cut them off. And it's like, I cut you off and then I'm wrong for it? Why? Because we've been friends for so long? No, that's not enough for me. And so I think to really more so wrap this all up, it was very similar to what old man George said in the car. He was like, you know, people start to go their own ways. And it's like, you seen the signs, but you ignored them. And I think in this scenario, like, it's the same thing. She seen her at the Mexican spot. She didn't really want to talk to her. Maybe she already had seen these signs, but people don't ever want to see the signs you see when it's not something that's good. Like, oh, I want to get a divorce. Oh, no, you need to make it work. Da, 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 da. Are you sure you did everything you can? Like, yo, I see it. If you don't see it, that's on you. But I want to do this. You know, I can't project, oh, you know, I can, if you ask for my advice, I will. But if you already made your decision, then it's kind of just like, who am I to tell you, like, oh, the signs, you know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense to y'all. But one thing I know for sure, you ain't gonna stop me from getting no food though, because I looked at Ethiopian spot up. I love some Ethiopian food, so I will definitely be trying to go in there and get whatever it is I had my mouth fixated on. So it would never be that deep, but you know, everyone handles conflict different. You know, she's definitely avoiding it, and I think this is a part of her pride as well, because I can easily have a conversation with you and say, hey, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. There's no need for me to beat around the bush with that. There's no need for me to beat around a restaurant for that. Like, I'm gonna go get my food. Period. Overall, this episode was great. I think some of the takeaways is that a best friend breakup can be difficult. You know, having an event is always more to it after the event. It doesn't just stop at that one event. It's a great event, but what's next? I think those are all forms of, you know, honest and true feelings. Knowing when to walk away from a relationship. Every relationship doesn't serve you anymore. Is it wrong to walk away from it if it no longer serves you? Like, you know, we good. We had a long run. It was a good game. See you next time. See you around. You know? So comment below how y'all feel about this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications. I'll be back at it again another time, another episode. I go by, yo, what's good, Tay? And anytime you ask me that, I'm gonna say everything for real.
What's good, Tay?